So, very good morning to the students. You are once again welcome to after a long time for class grade 11 accountancy class. Okay. So, this is the chapter number 9, financial statements part 1. So, after we completing our depreciation chapter, so thereafter bill of exchange. So, now we can be able to see through video financial statements part 1. So, very important topic. Now let's see. See here, what is the meaning of financial statements? How we are going to prepare? Before that, past top videos, till that you have to know, first of all, business transactions. Correct. Okay. From the business transaction, how we are going to develop in the form of journal entries, isn't it? In the form of journal entries. So how to prepare journal entries? You know, with the help of 3 golden rules: personal, real, nominal. Okay. So through the help of the golden rule, personal account, real account, nominal account, 3 type of account, you are going to develop ledger. Okay, you know very well what is the meaning of ledger. Ledger means summarization. Okay, summarization. So collectively, what is our total purchase, total sales, total expenses for the particular accounting period. Okay. Likewise, we are going to prepare ledger. So once you have prepared ledger, you are going to arrive at what? Balancing. So this balancing only you know very well. Okay. So this balancing, you know, wherever brought down, wherever carried up. Debit side and credit side. Sometimes brought down will come credit side, sometimes brought down will come debit side. Accordingly, you are going to prepare what? Trial balance. Right? So what is a trial balance? The balances which has extracted from ledger. Okay, extracted. Okay, from ledgers. So once a trial balance, then only now we are going to prepare financial statements. You understood? Okay, that's all the explanation. Till that we discussed it. So in this classification of the discussion from the business transaction. So what are business transaction? We can say day-to-day activities, isn't it? Day-to-day activities. What is business transaction? Day-to-day activities. Okay. How we are going to convert it in the accounting terms? So as you know, accounting terms, we know what is the meaning of sales, purchase, then purchase return, sales return. Thereafter, liabilities, assets, current assets, likewise. Okay. So that's what up to preparation of trial balance. So as you know how to prepare trial balance. That's what we studied very well. So from the trial balance only, we are going to prepare what? It's very important. 3 statements. That's what we are going to learn now. Okay. From the trial balance, we are going to prepare 3 statements. That's what your financial statement 1. So what is 1? We will discuss the detail later. That's a 2 part, chapter number 9, financial statement part 1. Then chapter number 10, financial statement part 2. So before that, you want to know financial statement part 1. So how to prepare the financial statement? Before then, what are the financial statements you are going to prepare? You know very well. From the trial balance, you are going to prepare first trading account. Okay. Why you are going to prepare trading account? Now the next question arises. The purpose of preparation of trading account. The need for preparation of trading account. Why you want to prepare trading account? Okay, these are the questions you want to make yourself. So everything began, purpose is there. Okay, so we are going to prepare trading account to know our gross profit. Gross profit or gross loss. Why here? What is the meaning of gross profit? So before you are going to get the net profit or purchase profit, At the time of sales itself, in purchases, what is your gross profit? That is where gross profit. Only the particular items will appear in trading account, not all the accounts. So understood? That's why we are going to prepare trading account to know whether the firm or the sole proprietor or any partnership, so whatever different types of organization, to earn gross profit or loss. That's what our first financial statement. What is second one? Second is what? Profit and loss account. This is what your first statement, second statement. So we are going to prepare profit and loss account. Again, the same question arises. The reason behind to know net profit. Okay, net profit or net loss. Understood? Net profit or net loss. So here we can make it other expenses. That's what here itself I give the clue. So mostly trading account, all direct expenses we can make. We will see later. Okay. So what is profit and loss account? Mostly it will include indirect expenses. Indirect expenses. That's what. What are the direct expenses? What are the indirect expenses? Now we are going to see the format of trading account. Format of profit and loss account. Okay, understood? Financial statement 1, trading account. To know gross profit or gross loss. Financial statement 2, profit and loss account. To know net profit or net loss. Finally, you know very well, preparation of balance sheet. What is the balance sheet? Why you are going to prepare the balance sheet? The balance sheet, nothing but to know our financial position of the company or firm. To know financial position of the company. Okay, so everything are going to prepare from the trial balance. So some of item will appear on trading account, some of them will appear on profit and loss account, some item will appear on balance sheet. So in the balance sheet, only the assets and liabilities only are going to show. Assets and liabilities. Okay. So here direct expenses, here indirect expenses, here only assets and liabilities. All you are picked up from where? From the trial balance. That's why the trial balance is very, very important. So from your business transaction, okay, till your balance sheet, this is your final statement. From your business transaction, how to convert your balance sheet. That's what the art, you will say, na? We studied our chapter 1. Accountancy is a art, is a science. Understood? So here that's what the presentation. How you are going to present. Yes, accountancy is also one of the art. The way in accounting term, to convey to whom. So why you are going to prepare these all three statements? It's very important to know the external users, internal users. Correct? So what is the purpose began to prepare the financial statement, trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet? So very simple to know, useful for our internal users, external users. You already know who is our internal users. First one, management. Okay. Second, mostly employees. Okay, to know the performance of the company, firm, then only they will decide whether to continue this firm or company or not. It's employee point of view. Okay, to know the position to continue the job or not. From the management point of view, whether company or any business going any proper path, whether earning profit or not, earning capacity, correct. So what is the external user? Mostly creditors or investors. Okay, from the government point of view, government, mostly tax authorities. Okay, so these are the external users. So based upon the financial statement preparation by the company or firm, so the external user, internal user, make it from the available statement. They have the decision making. That is very, very important. Correct. So investor will plan based upon the balance sheet whether I am going to invest further or enough to stop the investment for this particular company. Then, especially for the management from the financial statement to know compared to last year and this year whether profit increased or not. What are the areas? Again, we are going to concentrate. Everything how it is possible from the financial statements. So otherwise, very difficult to know whether the company is running in a smooth way. Correct? That's why the financial statement makes a very, very, very important role. So from the business transaction to the balance sheet, that's what we are learning, how to prepare the statements. So we can't prepare suddenly balance sheet, correct? So till that stage, so this is up to this stage number 1, stage 1. So from this stage 2, correct? So up to the trial balance, we want to learn the preparation of the journal entries, how to prepare journal entry, personal account, real account, nominal account. Then before that, you want to know what is the meaning of personal account, real account, nominal account. Ultimately, you know the rules also. So once you are strong in journal entries, automatically you can prepare the ledger, then balancing, the trial balance. Why the trial balance? To know whether accounts are ledger properly posted or not. Correct? Posted or not. Understood? Posted or not. Because it will be tallied. If it's not tallied, ultimately we land very, very important. Rectification of errors. Correct? It's very, very important. Rectification of errors. Okay. So how to rectify? With the help of 4 types of error. Maybe error of commission or error of omission, principle of error or complexity error. So all this discussion ultimately to prepare our financial statement 1. So that's what for this discussion, this video, chapter number 9, financial statement, I will going to see one by one. So trading account, the format of trading account, then profit and loss account. Okay, first this discussion. Okay. Subsequently discuss what the balance sheet separately. Okay, because become confused. So first we are going to learn the format of trading account and profit and loss account. Before that, you should know the objectives of financial statement 1. Okay, that's what now we are going to see. What are the objectives for financial statement? Okay. So now let's see what is the objectives of financial statement. That is very, very important. Okay, the purpose began the preparation of financial statement. Okay, so that is very, very important. So objectives of financial statements. Very first one, to present a true and fair view. The sentence is very, very important. To present a true and fair view of the working of the business. So in future, if you are going to become a chartered accountant, based upon this financial statement, you want to mention this word. Once you certify that yes, this statement is confirmed to true and fair view of the working of the business, then you put a signature once you become an auditor. So then only the income tax authority accepted that financial statement. So that is the evidence. Okay, that's what here to present a true and fair view of the working of the business. That is the very first important objective of financial statement. And second, to help judge the effectiveness of the management. Okay, here the management. To judge the effectiveness of the management or performance. Okay, to clarify, to measure the effectiveness, how the business going on in a proper way. So whatever we are planning accordingly, whether the business is moving on. Okay. Then third one, to provide sufficient and reliable information. That's what we are going to discuss. Sufficient and reliable information. You know, reliable means definitely the financial statements taking from the related information only, evidence, isn't it? So to provide sufficient and reliable information to whom? Various persons interested in financial statement. Who is that various person? We know that is internal users and external users, isn't it? So for this internal user, external user. So definitely based upon the financial statement, they have an idea, they have the judgment, they have the clarity, decision making. That's what. Okay. Financial statements is a very important role to provide sufficient and reliable information to interested persons who are whether internal user or external user. Okay. Then fourth one, to facilitate, this word is very important, to facilitate efficient allocation of resources. That means what? So whenever any availability of capital only we can do the business. So according to the capital, depends upon the capital availability. That's what the resources, allocation of resources, we can make it the facilitation from the information. For last year comparison of previous year financial statement, you have to plan how much you are going to purchase our raw material or other resources. Okay, so that's why to facilitate, this word is very important, to facilitate the efficient allocation of resources. Okay, then to disclose various accounting policies. Okay, so what are the policies we can going to disclose for this year compared to last year? So whether going to calculate, we know the depreciation chapter, which method we want to follow this year, straight line method or return on value method. Then similarly, that one going to see how to value the stock value, the closing stock value, whether it is cost price or market price. Mostly the cost price or market price, whichever is less, only consider. That's why different accounting policies they can able to disclose, finalize. Okay, so from the available financial statements. Then sixth one, to provide information about cash flow. So this is very, very important. The subsequent year, you are 12th standard, you are going to learn what is the meaning of cash flow, how to prepare cash flow statement. Then what is the cash flow? In a business, how the cash flow in different activities, different areas. Okay, that's what the cash flow. You have idea from the statement, given the information. So where the cash flow need more or less, or how to provide the cash to running the business. That is a working capital, correct. So seventh one, to provide information about the earning capacity. So from the available information, we want to know according to the sales whether we want to improve our machinery capacity, whether to increase our working hours. So how to improve the business, the earning capacity, we have idea, clear picture, clear financial statement, to provide information about the earning capacity, whether you achieved or not. So what is the plan, what you achieved. Okay, so these are information, you have an idea with the financial statement. So without financial statement, we can't get it correct. Then finally, very important, provide financial data on assets and liabilities of an enterprise. So whether you want to purchase any assets, or you want to sell any assets, or how you want to disclose any liabilities, or the data you want to collect from the available information, especially for approach bank loan. Okay. For that, you want to know what is our financial position of the company. Definitely bank will ask. So what is your position, your company? How you are going to repay? So in this situation, so the financial data on assets and liabilities of an enterprise is very, very important. You understand? So these are the some 8 important points to make it. Objectives of financial statements you want to remember. You want to make it to practically how the business, the financial statements help in all this way. Okay. Now we are going to see further discussion. Okay. So now let's see the importance of financial statement. The reason why you want to prepare the financial statement. That we want to discuss now. Okay, the reason is very, very important. The requirement of preparation of financial statement. The importance of financial statement. The first one, you know, already discussed. Trading account helps what way knowing the gross profit. isn't it? Or gross loss incurred by the business during the accounting period. So what is the accounting period? So once again I am telling you, always in India, 1st April to this is current year. Then next year, 31st March. For example, now you know what is this year accounting period? 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021. This is what we will say accounting period or financial year. Financial year. Okay. Or we will say accounting period. So that's what, whatever in this period we want to know what is the gross profit, how the preparation of our trading account. That is the first importance of preparing financial statement. That's what discussed already. Second one, the net profit earned or net loss incurred by the business during the accounting period. Okay. So can be known now preparing the profit and loss account. So we are going to prepare the profit and loss account, the second important financial statement, to know the net profit of the business or net loss, the position. Before the position, what is the profit available for particular accounting period, earning profit or loss. So more profit or less profit. Okay, that's what is the second important. Third, you know already, the balance sheet provides the complete information related to the assets and liabilities. Okay, that's what we're going to prepare the balance sheet. The assets, liabilities and the capital of the business at a particular date. So what's the particular date? At the end of the accounting year. This is the accounting year end. At the end of the accounting year. Okay. End of the accounting year. 31st March. What is the another this year? To January, February, March. After the March, what is the our financial position of the company? What is the assets of the company, or even partnership company also? So okay, different types of organization. So what is the assets, then liabilities and capital of the business at a particular date? On the date, what is the position? That's what we are going to prepare the balance sheet. You understood? This statement number 1. Statement number 2, statement number 3, already we discussed it. The fourth importance, very important, the profit calculated and various item of balance sheet can be compared with that of the previous year. This is very, very important. We want to compare our profit to our previous year, to the current year. Whether we earned more profit from the previous year or less profit, or how we improve the business further. So that gives the idea. The profit calculated and various item on balance sheet can compare with the previous year, because you want to take decision where you are making, wherever sometimes what will happen compared to last year and current year, expenditure will become more certain areas, or certain areas some sales also become very less, or purchases become more. Likewise, you want to compare the previous year and current year. Why the reason behind to reduce the profit? How you know? Only comparison about our last year financial statement. That's what very, very important. The fourth one. The importance of preparation of the financial statement. Then, fifth one. The profit and loss account and balance sheet enables the calculation of various ratios. You are going to learn your 12th standard. What is the meaning of ratios? How to prepare the ratios from our profit and loss account and balance sheet. That is very, very important. Okay, the analysis of various ratios we want to analyze with help of the financial statement. After preparation of the analysis of the ratio, after preparation of the ratio, we are going to analyze the various ratios to help in what? Taking appropriate decision for the business. What decision? Whether you want to close the business or continue the business, or you want to expand the business. So these are the decision making we can take from the ratios. From the ratios we can analyze. Okay, that's what the statements once prepared, then only you can able to prepare ratios. So without statements, the ratios so difficult to prepare. Okay, that's why I'm going to make it the importance of financial statement. The reason behind preparation of financial statement. Then, so finally, it helps in creation of various provisions and reserves. So we learned correct provisions and reserves. So from the financial statement only you want to know further how much provision going to create. We discussed earlier now our provision for doubtful debts, correct, discount on debtors. Then whether any available profit, how to make it reserve. Further profit available, how to create reserve, provisions and reserve. How you know? From the financial statement only you have to have idea to create or not for future, correct, to future uncertainties and strengthen the financial position of the firm. That's why the provisions are reserved from the financial statement. We have idea how much are going to create. Okay, these are the 6 important points to know the reason behind the importance of preparation of financial statement. Okay, that's what our second one. After the objectives of financial statement, now the importance of financial statement. Now we are going to see before preparation of the financial statement, you want to know what is the meaning of capital and the revenue. That means what is the meaning of capital expenditure, what is the meaning of revenue expenditure, how to classify, then what is deferred revenue expenditure, and what is the capital receipt as a revenue receipt. So once you know the variation only, you can be able to prepare the financial statement. Now we will see the allocation of the capital and revenue items. Okay. So before preparation of financial statement, we should know the classification of capital and revenue items, isn't it? So already studied when the rectification of errors, especially error of principle. So what will happen? So it is a revenue expenditure, but we classify it as a capital expenditure. What will happen? So the profit will not show the correct profit. Automatically, profit will give the effect of what? Not showing revenue expenditure. Profit will increase. Okay. Similarly, instead of capital expenditure, showing revenue expenditure, what will happen? The balance sheet item not shown properly. That's what, vice versa. The identification of capital nature and revenue nature is very, very important before you want to know the preparation of the financial statement. Okay. So here, the capital and revenue items, we can first will see the expenditure part. Okay. The expenditure part we can classify into capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, deferred revenue expenditure. Now we will see one by one. Why it is called capital expenditure? So very simple. So it is an expenditure which is incurred in acquiring, increasing the value of fixed assets. So increasing in the value of fixed assets or any repayment of long-term liability. You understood? So whatever you are going to purchase any assets, it gives the benefit for the longer period. That means more than the accounting period. That's what the example here, it yields benefits which extend to more than the accounting period. So the benefits carry over not only for that particular period, particular year, spreads over number of years. For example, when you purchase a building for the business, so every month you can't purchase the building, isn't it? So you invest the more money on the purchase of building or purchase of machinery or purchase of any motor car or any plant and machinery. So these are the expenditures related to the capital expenditure. So why it is called capital expenditure? To extend the business, to improve our yield. So then only are going to make it more money on that. So benefit carryovers number of year, number of the period. So benefit extended more than the one accounting period. That's why it is called capital expenditure. So you should know even the definition meaning. So why it is called capital expenditure. Okay. So that's what the example purchase of fixed asset or even the consumption material for consumption of building. Okay. Then installation charges of plant and machinery. So that's also our capital expenditure. We already studied detail in our rectification of value error principle. That is very, very important. If you understood error principle or capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, it's very easy. Okay, so that's what here, the first one, the capital expenditure. So where you want to show the what are the capital expenditure only in the effect given in balance sheet. So whatever the capital expenditure, you have to give in mostly balance sheet. Okay, that's what you want to make it. Always remember this point. Okay, any expenditure which is for the capital expenditure, you want to show in a balance sheet only. So that one you know very well. Okay, so understood? I hope that the meaning of capital expenditure very easily now. Again, revenue expenditure, just the opposite, very simple. See, there are the expenditure which are incurred for the day-to-day conduct of the business. So any expenses you want to maintain of the business, that is called within the accounting year, only one accounting year, that is called revenue expenditure. Okay, so that's what the benefits extend up to one accounting period. For example, any expenses for this year, only the 1st April 2022 or next year 31st March 2021. Okay, so what are the expenses which is related to only that particular year is called revenue expenditure. So day-to-day expenses incurred for the conduct of the business. Understood? So that's what purchase of goods. Yes, so you want to do the business, trading of the business, you want to buy the goods. So coming under purchase of goods, nothing but we are going to debit purchases account, isn't it? Then repairs of vehicles or even your any whitewash of our building. Then any payment of the expenses like wages, salaries, then even repairs also. Okay, these are the expenses we can say in revenue expenditure. So where you want to show maybe trading and profit and loss account. Okay, you have to give the effect here. The capital expenditure always balance sheet. For revenue expenditure, it may be trading, depends accordingly, or profit and loss account. Either trading or profit and loss account, you want to give the effect of revenue expenditure. You understood now the capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, how to differ. So more than the accounting period, benefits carry over more than the accounting period, it is called capital expenditure. If it is within the accounting period, only one accounting period, it is called revenue expenditure. Now, it's very important, it's very interesting. Deferred revenue expenditure, we will pronounce deferred revenue expenditure. See, it is also a revenue expenditure that is incurred during an accounting period. For example, this accounting period we incur, but benefits extends beyond that accounting period, like our capital expenditure. Even though it is called revenue expenditure, but here, whatever the expenditure, we will say deferred revenue expenditure. Even though it is incurred revenue expenditure like a particular during the accounting period, but benefits extends beyond the accounting period. So best example. Okay, so such expenditure normally written off over some 3 or 5 years. I will explain that. Okay. So for example, heavy advertising to launch any new product. For example, you want to launch a new product. For that you are giving advertisement. For example, nowadays you will take scooter. Buy electric scooter. So okay. So for that you are spending some 5 lakhs. Okay. This 5 lakhs, the same accounting period, we can't show in a asset expenditure. It is spread over for minimum 3 or 5 years. For example, you want to spread over 5 years. Every year you want to show in our profit and loss account. That's why I am showing here. So first 1 lakh here, see profit and loss 1 lakh you want to show. Balance 5 lakhs, balance 4 lakhs. Because every year 1 lakh you want to show in a profit and loss account. Balance 4 lakhs you want to show where? Balance sheet. So understood. That's what we can expenditure normally written off over a period of 3 or 5 years. If for example, whatever the advertisement charges to make it holdings, you see wherever the important location you want to make the advertisement. So holdings, that advertisement cost maybe approximately 5 lakhs. Okay, I said approximately 5 lakhs. For this accounting period, I will show only 1 lakh. So every year 1 lakh. So remaining 4 lakhs, this accounting period, I am going to show 4 lakhs in balance sheet. Okay, 4 lakhs in balance sheet. Yeah. So every year 1 lakh. So up to 5 years. So till 2025, I want to show every year 5 years. Correct. So this year up to 5 years. I can't say entire 5 lakhs to my profit and loss account. That's why it is called deferred revenue expenditure. You understood? So advertisement cost, any launching of new product or anything related to advertisement expenses only the best example for deferred revenue expenditure. You understood? When compared to capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, so deferred revenue expenditure is very, very important. So that's what we can classify into capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, deferred revenue expenditure. Okay, now we will discuss the expenditure part. Now we are going to see the receipt part. Same manner, how to classify capital receipt and revenue receipt. Okay. So now let's see the capital and revenue receipts. After discussion of capital expenditure, revenue expenditure and deferred revenue expenditure, now the capital receipts and revenue receipts. First, what is the meaning of capital receipts? See, these are those receipts which are received once in a while. That's why it is called capital receipt. For example, you are selling a house, you got money, that is called capital receipt. So every month or every 6 months we can't sell the house, isn't it? So what are the property of the farm business? So likewise, we are selling the car. So we got money. That is coming under capital receipt. That way, the value is very important. These are those receipts which are received once in a while, not always. Okay, once in a while. So it is the amount received by the business on account of maybe what capital or loans or sale proceeds or fixed assets. Okay. So for example, going to bank, approach the bank, they are giving loan. That is also capital receipt. Every time we can't get a loan, isn't it? So every month we can't get a loan. So that's why it is coming under, we can receive whatever received once in a while. Okay, received once in a while, not always. That's why it is called capital receipt. The best example, the sale of fixed asset like our old machinery or even disposal of car, whatever it is. Then loan taken from the bank. These are coming under capital receipt. So ultimately, effect where you are going to give, how the capital expenditure you are giving effect to the balance sheet. Same manner, opposite, capital receipt, you have to give the effect in balance sheet. Capital receipt, effect of capital receipt in shown in balance sheet. Okay, same manner. It will in balance sheet. So how you are shown as a capital expenditure in balance sheet, same manner, you have to give the effect in capital receipts also in a balance sheet. Now coming for the revenue receipt. So what is revenue receipt? It is the opposite of revenue expenditure. There is a revenue expenditure nationally. Revenue receipts are there. So here, these are those receipts which arise in the normal course of the business. Okay. So very simple. So we are trading the business. We are trading the computer item. So we are selling the computer. So that is called revenue receipt. And business is what? Trading the computer. So whenever we are selling the computer system, we got money. So that is coming under revenue receipt, not capital receipt. You understood the variation. That's why the best example, sales made by the firm or any sole proprietor or in the form of company. Ultimately, see any receipt coming under sales. So this sales is different. It's an asset of the company. This sales is different. As a normal course of the business, so whatever sale made by the firm coming under revenue receipt. So or interest on investment. So any investment you are invested for the company point of view, that interest also has a revenue receipt. That's why normal course of business. So that particular accounting year, opposite of revenue expenditure. Okay. Ultimately, trading and where you want to show, showing trading account and profit and loss account. How we are going showing already in our revenue expenditure in trading or profit and loss account, same manner. Receipts also may be trading account or profit and loss account. Depends upon the item available from the trial balance. You understood now? So that's what this video is very, very important for the financial statement. Part 1. So where you are taking from the financial statement. So you know already from the trial balance. That's what we should discuss about from the business activities to the balance sheet. So how the expansion as a business transaction become, how to make it what journal entry, after journal ledger and balancing, thereafter trial balance. Once the trial balance is ready, I are going to prepare 3 financial statement: trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet. That is information for you. The second one, so what is the objectives of the preparation of the financial statement? The importance, the reasons began for preparation of financial statement. So very much important before preparation of financial statement, we want to know the capital and revenue item. Classification of capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, deferred revenue expenditure. Similarly, capital receipt and revenue receipt. Okay, so these are the discussion we have discussed this video. So thereafter only we are going to discuss our next video for format of trading account. So how we are going to show what are the items available in trading account. Okay, that will discuss our next further video. Okay, so I hope that you understood this financial statement, this one. So this is a topic, very basic information, important topic for proceed further for our preparation of financial statements. Okay, so I hope that you understood this session very well. Okay, so thank you very much. You will see the format of trading account our next video. Okay, so thank you.